Hi, my name is Natalie Marin, and I have spent the past 3 months studying in Thessaloniki, Greece. I grew up in the small town of Stratham, New Hampshire. Being an only child, coming to Greece was a huge stepping stone towards growing up. Before coming to Thessaloniki, when I thought about what my college experience would be, I never expected to travel abroad at all, especially for my first semester of college. Initially, I only made the decision to come to Greece in order to be able to attend Northeastern this spring. The summer before I left for Greece was both stressful and exciting, since I was about to start a new chapter in my life. The series of flights to get to Thessaloniki felt never-ending, but once we arrived, we had a warm welcome from the ISAs waiting for us at the airport. The following day, we got to explore Thessaloniki and become more familiar with the city. At first, it was overwhelming, not being able to understand a single word the locals were saying around me. It made me feel like I was out of place, and this gave me a longing to become more integrated into the city's culture. However, I also saw the beauty and life of the city through the warm greetings from the locals at cafes and the stunning scenery of the boardwalk. The more time that I spent in Thessaloniki, the more that I learned about the people and their culture. It was so refreshing to get a first-hand look at the social customs. For example, when the locals go to dinner or to a cafe, instead of rushing through the moment like people would in America, they sit and talk with friends for extensive spans of time that can be up to or even more than 2 hours long. Oftentimes, the people who own the cafes will sit with customers and engage in conversations with them, which is something that I would not encounter back home. I was also exposed to the drastic differences in food. Overall, the Greek diet is much healthier than foods we are accustomed to in America. There are little to no processed foods and plenty of meat, seafood, vegetable, olives, and fruit. I feel that my Greek class at ACT has helped me to feel more integrated into the Greek culture through learning at least a little bit of their language. One of my favorite parts about being abroad has been spending time with my new friends. Before coming to Greece, I was most worried about meeting people, and it turns out that the friends I have made help make the experience in Greece what it has been. We were able to go on trips together like Athens, where we learned about the rich history of Greece. Standing in front of the various ruins we visited during the trip felt unreal, but rather like something from a postcard. I also got the opportunity to travel to Mykonos with my parents, which was a great way to recharge and enjoy the beautiful scenery as well as the delicious food. I even got the opportunity to travel to Paris with my friends, which was an incredible experience despite the multiple struggles that we encountered, one of them being on the first night when we were homeless for 3 hours and scrambling to find a place to spend the night. An immensely important part of my time spent in Greece was my service learning project. Each week I went to an art workshop and helped out disabled individuals, which was an extremely rewarding experience. Even when we were doing something as simple as painting a piece of cardboard, the people's faces always lit up. They always seemed to be so content with life despite their condition. These people go into their lives with such a positive attitude, which was so inspiring. For this reason, I look up to the people I worked with each week. Altogether, I feel that living in Greece for 3 months has allowed me to develop a sense of independence, but it has also taught me how to relate to others and build solid friendships in a completely foreign setting. I have grown very close to these friends, and I'm positive that these friendships will carry over to Northeastern. Through service learning, I was shown a different part of society that I did not know very much about prior to my experience. Being so immersed in the European culture has been a great way of seeing the differences between their culture and the culture back home. Overall, I believe that I have developed a better worldview which will allow me to be a more informed global citizen. I look forward to sharing my experience with friends and family back home, as well as visiting Thessaloniki again sometime in the future.